Hello everyone! Today we're going over 8 mistakes you might be making while working on your kit. You're not building your kit first. First up, I highly recommend having your kit fully snap built before deciding what you are going to do with it. Looking at and handling the assembled model really helps you visualize what it's going to become. It allows you to spot everything you want to fix, like seam lines, which part you want to scribe, great spots for panel lining, and exactly how the joints work. You can take notes, snap some pictures, and it really helps you lock in your color scheme. This is the crucial first step for achieving a cohesive final result. You're not using scribing tape. I've noticed that, surprisingly, a lot of people scribe freehand or try to use a standard masking tape. If you want a nice, clean line, your blade needs to be guided properly. Regular masking tape just isn't good enough. The edge is too soft, and the pressure of your tool will deform it, leaving you with an irregular line. Scribing tape is made specifically to fix this issue. It has a great grip, and the edge is much more rigid. You can really see the difference right here. On top is a wavy line from masking tape, and below is that nice, perfectly straight panel line you're looking for. You're not fixing your joints. I covered this in my inner frame tutorial, but it definitely needs some extra emphasis. When you build your model, you have to check for any point of friction. If you don't, these tight spots will scratch your fresh paint job and absolutely ruin your day. Get into the habit of sanding down those problems areas to create a nice gap for your paint. Remember, you are adding layers of primer, paint and top coat that take up more physical space than the bare plastic, and that needs to be accounted for. You're not testing your colors. So, you've decided on your color scheme, and you think it's going to look great. But how can you be completely sure? How do you know exactly which shade of blue to use? Or if those colors will actually complement each other side by side? It takes very little time to test them out. Just grab a plastic spoon, or any spare surface laying around, and do a quick color check. Lay your paints down, and see what they actually look like once dried. You can try out different primers and see how the colors perform under various top coats. I highly recommend making yourself a permanent color book to save a ton of time down the road. I actually made a whole tutorial on this, so check the link in the description. You're not using a wet palette. The time to paint has finally come. You grab your color and you might be tempted to use it straight out of the bottle. Just don't. That is a fast track to a poor result. The paint will dry out too quickly, go on too thick, and leave you with ugly streak marks. Investing in a wet palette will completely change your painting experience. The moist surface keeps your acrylics nicely hydrated, and you can thin your colors right there on the palette. You're not applying your colors in the right order. This is a great quality of life trick that will save you so much time. Let's say, for example, I want to paint a deep blue right next to a light grey. If I lay down the grey first and then go in with the blue, any slip of my trembling hand means I have to fix that grey. But since I have now a dark color sitting on top of a bright one, it will take several layers to fully hide that blue mistake. That is exactly why you should generally start with your darkest colors and move towards the brightest ones. If I make a mistake the other way around, even a huge one, it's incredibly easy to fix. Just one or two thin layers of the dark paint and the mistake is completely gone. You're not using the right varnish. I get asked this question way more often than you think. Can I use a matte clear coat before I do my panel lining? The short answer is no, but let's look at exactly why. Here are two identical test parts. One is covered in a gloss coat, and the other is matte. Let's quickly apply some panel liner and check the results. Cleaning up the glossy part is an absolute breeze. The excess ink wipes away effortlessly, thanks to the smooth surface. But when I try the same cleanup process on the matte piece, the problems shows up immediately. The microscopic rough texture of the matte varnish traps the ink, leaving a stubborn stain behind. This is almost impossible to clean up properly, and will just leave a smudgy, messy effect on your model. You're forgetting to have fun. This last one isn't a technical mistake, but more of a piece of advice. Take your time. Customizing a model kit is not a race. Enjoy the process, have fun with it, and soak in the satisfaction of seeing your vision come to life. I hope you found these tips helpful. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this kind of format compared to my usual deep dive tutorials. I'm thinking about making more of these condensed tip videos, so I can't wait to read your feedback. Thanks for watching, and see you soon!